Hello, Internet, and welcome to Buddy Reads, where I, Elliot the Purple-Haired Doofus, read a small selection of a book and review it for you. Today we are continuing our journey into Wizard and Glass by Stephen King, and beginning the second story in the book titled Susan. Now, I was aware fully, going into this book, that it was going to be about Roland's backstory. The majority of this book is Roland before he met Jake and all of them, before even the gunslinger. This is Roland, like, right after he became a man. And I was dreading it, because I'm not a fantasy fan. And this is definitely a dystopian fantasy world that Roland lives in. And it's even worse than I thought, because it's written in high speak. It's not even written in modern English. When I get through this story, it's written a little confusingly. It's also a romance. And you all know how I just love romance. Whew. Getting through it is going to be very difficult for me, which is sad because I thought I would be able to blast through the story in a day and record all 4 videos in one single day, when it took me nearly 2 days to read the first section. It starts off with this woman. At least, I think she's a woman. It's written in the high speak. I don't know. I can't really review this the same way that I used to be able to review other parts of this book. Lots of stuff gets lost. Like when I said that Roland shot his father, he didn't! So I'm going to get so much wrong during this story. I suggest you read it yourself, because it's going to be a lot of incorrect interpretation from me. Anyways, it starts off with this woman, and she is getting inspected because reasons? But she's being inspected by this old lady, and it's gross. It's a very gruesome scene. Not violent in any way. It's just like you have this really old lady and this young woman who is being inspected by her, and the young woman is dreading all of the ways that the old woman is prodding her in sensitive areas. Then she goes on to talk to her, I think it's her mother, or it's a mother figure of some kind. They are planning to marry her off to, I believe it's the mayor of the city. Again, all of this is in high speak, so it's like, I don't know. She goes to talk to her mother, who is planning to marry her off to the mayor's child or something. Marry her off to a better family. And of course she doesn't like that, because that's how romances work. She's walking along one night, and she comes across this handsome gentleman on a horse, who is trying to offer her a ride back into the city. He kind of pesters her until she says yes. She says no so many times, giving him reason after reason after reason why she doesn't want to go for a ride with him. He's not rude about it, but he is insistent upon not leaving her in the dark. She gets up there and she's like, oh, I like this gentleman. Turns out that this gentleman is Roland, and he goes to visit with his friends, and his friends are like, ooh, you got some. I don't know what you're talking about. And it's just, getting through this story is going to be so difficult for me. It's everything I hate. Why? He drops her off. They have their fun. She kisses him goodnight. There's a scene where she is trying to alleviate herself of her sexual frustrations. And she keeps on thinking of the old woman during that, but she pushes that thought out of her head and thinks about Roland instead. So you can tell that the feelings for each other are mutual. Then there's a scene in a saloon where they are playing poker. And I think the men that are playing poker are conspiring against the sheriff, the mayor. I speak, I don't know. Why? But they're definitely conspiring against someone. This guy says, I don't want these people killed. I just want them shot in their paw. Whatever the hell that means. I couldn't even tell you who all was in that scene. I know it was definitely Court. Was the man who helped train Roland to be the gunslinger that he is today. I hate this part. I want to get through this story so bad. But I'll get through it. I'll get through it because I want to finish this series, and I know that I'll probably have to finish this story in order to get through it. If you like what I'm doing, which I have no idea why. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button and hit the little notification thing to be notified of when I put out new videos. If you like this video, again, why? Go ahead and hit the like button or leave a comment down below. I've been Elliot the Purple-Haired Doofus. This has been Buddy Reads, reminding you to watch your pajama radius. And I will see you all in the next section of Wizard in Glass by Stephen King. And it's gonna be another Susan. Doodles.